Hello there and welcome to my YouTube cycling channel. Now today I'm going to run through how to create a segment on Strava. Now I'm guessing that most of you watching this will know what Strava is, and if you know what Strava is you'll obviously know what a segment is. But for anybody who doesn't, perhaps you've just got into cycling, Strava is a bit like Facebook. Now that's very oversimplified, but the analogy works fairly well. You have friends and you follow people and you can see what rides your friends have been doing and they can see your rides. So yeah, the analogy holds quite well. Strava has the ability to create things called segments, and they are essentially segments of the road that you define. So you create a start point and an end point, and anybody on Strava who rides over that segment is then timed, and you're entered into like a league. So essentially what you're doing is riding a time trial against total strangers, and you see how fast you do that ride compared to everybody else. So here's how to create your own segment. Okay, so what you need to do is go into Strava and go down to the ride that has the bit of road that contains the segment you wish to create. Now, I was recently out in the US working and I went out for a ride in a place called Cohasset, Massachusetts, but I crashed. So I'm just going to create a segment over that crash. So let's click on the ride. Come down here. So this was the entire route of the ride that I did. I crashed about here, going over some railway lines. So to actually bring up the menu where you can create the segment, just click on this little spanner here, and then this menu comes up, and then go to create segment. Let's just zoom out a bit. So then it gives you the whole of the ride again. So, and here is where you create your start and end point. So let's move the start slider to roughly where I would like to start the segment. As you can see, it's coming round. So let's start the segment on the junction where I turned, and let's move the end point to pretty close to where I would like to do the end point, have the end point. So let's just zoom in a bit more to see exactly what we're looking at. So there is the actual point on the road where I crashed. It's where this railway line, or this road rather, crosses the railway line. So let's just have it up to the end point, up to the junction there. So there. Okay, so let's click next. Now it's found a very similar segment, and you can either use the existing segment, but I want to create my own, so I click that and then next. So I'm going to give it a name, and rather vainly I'm going to say Leonard's crash segment or something like that. So here we go. Leonard's crash. Be careful of the railway lines. Okay, so I'm then going to create that segment. So that's the segment created. It'll take a little while for Strava to confirm all the details and then to build the leaderboard. But once that's done, anybody in the world can look at that route and they can see that segment that I've created. And now anybody who rides along that road in Cohasset will be timed on that segment and entered into the leaderboard. Pretty cool. So anyway, that's how to create a segment in Strava. Thank you for watching. Please like, rate and subscribe, and check out some of my other films.